We have already got the full FC Pro live team leaked. We're getting one of the worst promos from last year again because, please, we're begging you, watch our esports scene. The team looks okay. We'll talk about that. There's also big Team of the Week leaks, a couple of huge players in Team of the Week that might make Champs somewhat more enticing this week. Same with Rivals rewards too. We might have updated Champs rewards that just got leaked also that kind of look interesting. They're not confirmed to be Champs rewards, but they're very big packs leaks, so we'll talk about that. There was a new update that came out of nowhere that we didn't even talk about because the patch notes dropped like an hour before it came out, even on all consoles. So we'll kind of go through the highlights of the patch notes and read through the important stuff, right? And let me know in the comments as well if you've noticed a difference already. There's a couple things that could be kind of good in it, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But if you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Okay, I'm not even sure why I'm looking at this card because I don't know what EA's thought process behind this one was. This card obviously not great, but you'd see it and you're like, okay, well, if it's an 81 rated squad, then just throw it in there if you got a duplicate, a couple golds, and then just keep it for maybe an evolution down the line. The problem is it's 2 Team of the Weeks are needed in this. I mean, okay, someone help me understand. Someone help me understand that one. You know, I went to the store today and I was like, man, I wonder how many store packs we've got today. Let's count through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 21 store packs. Yes, that's right, guys. I counted 21 store packs just in the promo pack section, not including the provisions or the packs for you page, which you might have 4 more in here. My console account, I had 4 more in there. We're talking close to 30 store packs. Yes, that would be correct. The more time goes on, the more this one comment I got reads true, where it's like they maybe know in 5 years that most this is like coming to an end because gambling will be cracked down upon on gaming, and they're just like going down with the ship. They're just gonna Titanic captain go down with the ship, play the violins while it's sinking, right? That they're just gonna do that and say fuck it. But okay, on to the leaks now. We do actually have some Trackstar SBC leaks, so we're gonna kind of discuss those quickly before we get into the FC Pro Live and the Team of the Week leaks. Zambo and Gisa has been leaked to be an SBC. I've always enjoyed his cards in FIFA. They've always been pretty good. Stats or prediction, they'll probably be a little bit better than this if I had to guess, but that is just a guess. And then the other SBC leak we've also got up here is Conceição, who, as a Juventus fan, I will be there no matter what, but hopefully they make him halfway decent. But that's the couple SBCs that we've got leaked for Trackstars still. But okay, here we go. The first card that we got leaked to be in this promo team is Gabriel Jesus. Stats I believe in all these cards are also predictions once again. I'm assuming they'll probably all have a playstyle plus, or most of them will have a playstyle plus. But after Jesus, we got literally the full list of the entire team. We got Javi Simons. Gravenberch finally makes his first appearance as a promo card in this game after his great start to the season. Victor Osimhen's going to be in it. That's pretty awesome to see. And also Karim Benzema. You know, it's probably what, like the 15th Benzema promo card this year. Look up Benzema 15 on Google for more information on that. There are some more interesting names on this list. Lorenzo Insigne, Oxlade-Chamberlain is back, Emil Forsberg, Nathan Ake. I believe Ake could be an SBC. The past like 4 promos that have come out, the first player leaked that isn't some huge name is usually an SBC. So Ake could be, it's not a guarantee. Maybe say it's 50-50, but just be aware of that and just kind of throw it out there as a possibility. Otherwise in here, Fabio Carvalho, Bino Gittins, which I believe is the correct way to pronounce his name, and Val Veghor somehow makes his appearance back in. Our first like dominant aerial plus player perhaps is going to be Val Veghorst this year, which for some reason we just can't get enough of this card. I mean, of all the tall players that we can get in these promos, Val Veghorst seems to always be the name we end up getting. I don't know how, but yeah, there was this, and then we also did get a couple of the players that are tied to pros confirmed as well. So Anders' player is Javi Simons. So Anders, I think, is like one of the favorites usually to win these types of tournaments. So Javi Simons might be one of the better cards to be buying. And also, I think that Hafonzo, also one of the favorites, is Fabio Carvalho. That's going to be his card. But yeah, so if you guys don't know how the promo works, by the way, your card is a live card that is tied to a pro player and how they do in the tournament. And here is the upgrade path right here. You got the base, you've got earn 3 points plus 1 overall, earn 6 points, you get a skill move and a weak foot boost. I think it might be one or the other. It says plus 1 skill move / weak foot, so they probably just pick one. Earn 10 points as a roll plus plus in an alternate position. or in 60. I'm sorry. Just the fact that like there's so much different shit you can add to cards is just so dumb. Maybe I'm in the minority there, but just like look at all the shit that you can add to a card to make it better. It's like that's all so intentional. Earned 16 points is a +1 overall. Qualified a knockout round is a +1 overall, and a roll plus, which why? Like just a roll plus for that. And win FC Open is a +1 overall, plus skill moves / weak foot, and a plus playstyle plus. Now you might say, okay, +1 playstyle plus, does that mean that none of the cards will have playstyle pluses, or they'd be the first cards with 2 of them potentially? Well, they'll be one of the first cards with 2 of them, most likely. Besides the Team of the Year cards are the first cards with 2 usually. The promo goes, sorry, the FC Pro Open goes until the 2nd of February. That's the playoffs. So the group stage starts on the 25th of November, and it lasts for a while, to the 27th. Then the playoffs begin here, and that is where I believe that you can actually win the FC Pro Open in February. So we're probably going to see cards with mostly a playstyle plus, and then there'll be the second one earned here. And Team of the Year comes out usually when? You would say the middle to late January. There'll be one of the first cards with 2 playstyle pluses, but it's going to be only one singular card, so not that big of a deal really. But that's how this relatively unpopular promo, I would say, that's how it works. See if they make it good this year. Team of the Week leaks begin. Patrick Guijarro was the first card leaked, and I thought, okay, that's probably the headline player, right? It's usually the headline player is the first one leaked. But then it was like, nope, the next tweet, that's just the beginning. Because Erling Haaland's in the team, and Cristiano Ronaldo, both in this Team of the Week, which is pretty nice to see. Stats are not confirmed, sorry, I believe. Sandro Tonali makes it in. Brahim Diaz is in there, which I forgot Brahim Diaz played for Morocco now. I actually forgot about that. And Luka Dean and Dumfries also make it in there. And Iosi Perez, I guess, is in there too. But I think that's all the Team of the Week leaks we have for the moment. And I hope they continue to make Team of the Week cards good, because I think that just helps a lot with the game. But I mean, right now, we're at one of the first points, I feel like, in a long time where rewards being bad aren't the reason people aren't really playing. Usually it takes rewards being bad for people to like not play the game. That kind of isn't the case this year. They're at least okay. There's times they're not great, of course. Pack weight's bad, but in theory, when you look from like last year, the year before that, you would say rewards look pretty good this year. But even that hasn't been enough to keep you wanting to play it, because the gameplay's been that bad. The menu content has been that bad to where you're like, wow, a lot of stuff isn't worth it right now, and maybe later it will be, but right now it's not. That's kind of why we see these packs now being leaked, and I wonder if we're going to see even more upgraded champs rewards now, because we have an 80 by 40 pack leaked and also an 80 by 50 pack leaked, which could just be in a new season coming up, right? The season, I think, what is, 8 days away, right? But these to me look like champs rewards potentially. These 2 bottom ones on here, these top 2 are just going to be store packs, right? But then we keep moving on to this side. 80 by 75 pack and 84 by 25 pack as well. Kind of seem like potential rewards there. 87 plus base icon pack with no cap as well. Also seems like probably a champs reward potentially there. Maybe for the new season, maybe sooner than that. I'm not sure. And the next page too also has a max 90 base icon pack, which maybe that will take place of like the hero pack, right? Just speculation here. There's no way we could know yet, but the last couple times we've seen packs like that, they end up being in the champs rewards. Makes you wonder if like, was it EA's plan to update rewards every single season, maybe even more than once per season? Or is that something that they're doing now because they're like, people are not playing as much as we expected them to? I don't know, hard to say, just speculation. But there's also some store packs, just ignore those please. But there is a party bag potentially, Road to the Knockout, Total Rush, or Trailblazers item. This could come out as an SBC maybe sometime too, as a little party bag potential. If you missed yesterday's video, there was like 10 new card designs leaked, right? And we still don't know any names for them. It's just been speculation. I saw this Razor tweet, or Razor, he says Futmas Evolution card design leaked. I was like, okay, is that what this card design actually is? Futmas Evo card design leaked. Check mark. Okay, must be that. Not confirmed to be exactly that, but that's what it looks like. Cheers. And most of you guys know us by now, but Thunderstruck will be next week. FC Pro Live is just a 1-week promo, and Black Friday begins next week, right? So that's always a Thunderstruck promo there. But okay, title update number 5. It is here. And is it here to save our day? Well, let's take a look at the gameplay notes that are in it. It's already out, by the way. If you've been playing today, the patch has already been out. Usually it's like a week. Usually it's like a week in advance, or maybe 3, 4, 5 days in advance. We see the notes, and then it comes out on consoles later. This was an hour beforehand, so this has already been out if you've been playing today. Let's look through the important things. If you want to look through it all, you sure can. Pause the video. The big ones are here though. These 2. The defensive line could have dropped deeper than intended while the attacking team was controlling the ball in the defending team's half. And that ties into the second one. Central and defensive midfielders could have dropped too deep when the attacking team entered the defensive team's side side of the pitch. Now, that does come across as sort of like a bug, almost like they fixed a bug, right? Like it was deeper than intended. So let me know if you have noticed a difference in the depth in general, but to me, it comes across as more of a, there were times when they would even go too deep than we already wanted them to, more of like a bug than an actual, okay, we want to like fundamentally change where the depth is on the pitch, where the back four kind of lines up, like fundamentally change that. I don't think that's what this says. The reason to me is more so there were random times they would do it, whereas they're fixing the drop back problem. Of course, I could be wrong about that, but you guys might have played by now and, you know, you might know. Next bullet point that's kind of interesting. Sometimes a ground pass could have incorrectly sent the ball behind the intended receiver. I don't really know what that means, but I guess ground passes maybe got a little more accurate randomly. Also, this is a concerning one to me. Improved goalkeeper positioning when attempting to save short distance shots. So I guess goalkeepers got better potentially on short distance shots, which did they need to? I don't really think they did, but this bullet point though, it does look like they patched the long distance power shot volley. It does look like they tried to patch that here, which is funny because the pro event starts in, I think, what, like 5 days, and all the pros score pretty much half their goals by doing the power shot long distance shots. Headers were sometimes significantly less accurate than intended. I wonder what they mean by that, because hopefully it's not corner headers, that's for sure. And once again, so many bullet points here. It does make you wonder if they are happy with the product, but we don't know because the guy who talked to us deleted his account. So in some instances, lob passes were less accurate than intended. Okay, so lob passes maybe gotten a slight little buff. And this kind of last interesting bullet point here, addressed instances of player switching not functioning as intended. Okay, so maybe a player switching buff too, potentially. Not really too much here. If you want to pause, like I said, and scroll through some clubs and career mode changes, you always can. But the last part here was like they updated some pictures in Ultimate Team if you guys haven't seen that, but that's pretty much it. So all in all, what did they change, or what did they say they changed? Well, looks like maybe defensive AI and like the positioning of them could have maybe gone a little further up the field. I'm not sure that's how this reads, but it might do that. I hope that's the case. And then also goalkeepers on short distance shots may have been buffed potentially, and also goalkeepers on the long distance powerful shots were also buffed, which we needed that one, but I am a bit worried about this bullet point here. But maybe it means nothing. I don't know. Patches do fucking nothing anyway, it seems like recently. Let me know if it has changed much for you guys out there. And also the new player pick animation, even if you do skip the reveal, right, it actually is still quite a bit slower than the last one. Now, I don't necessarily think that that is their goal. I don't think their goal is to keep you on the game longer. I think their goal is basically to just give your brain some more dopamine hits. I almost guarantee you that that's the case. The unintended positive side effect of that is that it's a little bit longer, so like you might spend a fraction more time in the menus, which we have seen them make changes for before, so that obviously could be in the minds more than I'm giving it credit for. But honestly, my guess is as to why this changes happen, it's just more of a gambling casino thing rather than a, hey, when you join the game, a few seconds longer each player pick being opened, right? I don't think that's the case. But okay, on to the market. It did rebound a little bit from yesterday's like full-blown panic. Mbappe was 2.3, I want to say. Yeah, cheapest sale was 2.31, so that's the cheapest sale, but it's kind of like stabilizing a tad bit because of people wanting to play rivals and get rivals rewards. I still think this is not the end of it though. I still do think that it will get worse, so just be aware of that, planting that seed in your guys' head, that it's probably getting worse, and the market is very cheap right now. One of the best ways to get a really good gauge on the player base of this game and how they feel about it, market prices. Look at the market demand. Demand for these cards is just not here at the moment. Like a Landon Donovan Hero, where MLS links are actually kind of decent. 140 for Quick Step Plus with the Quick Step boost. Joe Cole's only 342. I know that card's not insane, but you really can tell that like the general sentiment around gameplay is like, we don't really want to play it. We don't really want to play it right now. Okay, let's read your comments now. And you know, I usually do read the top comments. Like if there's a really thumbed up comment, I will read it. But what happened yesterday was there was a lot of comments about other creators in the top comments. So I wanted to make that in my own kind of video and talk about that. I'll do that on my second channel, like probably later tonight. I'm going to record that. So I think that was your comment. I believe that was yours. So I'll talk more about that. This comment sort of reads into what I was saying earlier, a bit with more content creators and stuff like that. And John Fury says, hey guys, quick tip to enjoy this game more. Stop watching content creators like this that constantly bash the game. Words become become reality and you believe how shit it is when they say it the whole time. I stopped listening to these guys, stopped playing the meta, and just play the way I want to, and I'm enjoying it again. Obviously, it's a football game. There will always be a certain amount of unfairness in the game. If you watch football and understand it, that shouldn't surprise you. I'm assuming, John, you probably don't watch my content, which is fine. Like, you probably don't. You probably saw me complaining yesterday, and probably my first video you came across, and you were probably wanting to get this off your chest, which you're saying some true things in this for sure. I think your comment kind of is like two different things in one. Once you, at this point here, if you cut it off right here, stopped playing the meta and just play the way I wanted, I'm enjoying it again. That's perfect. I preach that a lot. If you've been around for a while, you obviously know that. So I completely agree with the second part of the comment. But the first part, I don't know where these two kind of coalesce. Like, I don't know how you end up like reaching the conclusion of like, we think it's bad because the creators say it's bad. Like, do you genuinely think that that's the reason why its words become reality? Like, we say it's bad, so that's why people think it's bad? Of course, that's not why. The thing is, I guess with me, is like, you and the 13 people who liked this comment, like, what would you rather me do? I'm talking about me because I'm not gonna talk about other creators and what they do. I don't give a fuck, really. Even if I granted you that somehow because we say it's bad, that's why it's bad, which of course I think is nonsense. I'm like, most of you probably would say that too. But even if I granted that to you, what would you rather me do? Hop on and talk about this game every day and never talk about the negatives and talk about the positives only when EA make constant mistakes and make the game constantly less rewarding for everybody and all? Should I ignore it and just let EA fuck you in your ass, John? Like, what would you rather me do? Like, that's where I struggle with that sort of sentiment, like, that I'll see on my comment section once in a while or other people's Twitter comments, right? That's where I struggle with that at times. But like I say, all comments welcome on the channel. If I'm blowing smoke up my own ass, then obviously I want you guys to tell me, and I love talking to you all. It's my favorite thing about having this community. So I think that's it. Thank you for all for watching. I appreciate you all. See you in the next episode. Peace.